All right, let's Roger up, everybody. Make sure we can hear everybody real quick. I'm going to turn this computer up, take my headphones off. Cool. That's the computer. Give me a minute. I'm just trying to make sure I can hear you guys.
No, it sounds like that. That looks pretty sick too.
All right. View channel. Why is this not letting me view the channel? Go to live stream. Yes, go to live stream. All right, there we go. Okay, so let's Roger up. Jay, say something.
Roger.
Brandon, say something.
So I gotta talk at this volume the whole time. Oh God.
Everyone's audio is kind of loud.
Yeah, I turned it down. That was the computer. I was just doing the audio check. All right, cool. How you guys doing? This is episode 2 of Blerd Talk. We're waiting for a creative to jump into this game and waiting for Jay to pick an outfit. He takes longer than my wife. So
15% cool with that shit, man.
All right. So today's conversation is going to be kind of a jump around. So we're going to talk about characters with wasted potential in anime, Pandering and why it sucks, and the Dark Phoenix movie and how nobody wants to see that shit. And if we have time, we're going to talk about rebooting series over and over and over and over and over and over again. All right, so we're gonna start this conversation off. Who do you guys think? We're just gonna go down the list, but let's start off. Who do you guys think is the number one character with wasted potential in anime?
Oh my goodness.
Vegeta? I was expecting Gohan. I was expecting Gohan. That's an interesting. Listen.
I'm a Vegeta fan. Here's my reasoning. They put this man in the spotlight so much just to have him get his ass beat. Gohan doesn't even appear that much. That's why, because it was him and Gohan neck and neck. But the fact that they show Vegeta more and still show Goku plot armoring his way to the top. That's why I put Vegeta there.
I gotta say Tien.
Tien? You think Tien has the wasted potential? So we're just gonna start this off with Dragon Ball Z off the clutch. Got it. Cool.
Bro,
Let's
Dragon Ball is a savage, bro. Like,
think about, bro,
Wait, Toriyama kind of admits he forgets his characters, so we can't even say he probably hasn't forgotten about most of his characters and their abilities.
How do you forget a three-eyed monk? How do you forget a three-eyed monk?
Yeah, I don't know. He's the one who he forgot Broly was a thing. Come on.
I get that he forgot.
I still remember Tien's last name.
Oh, Jesus. I honestly would think out of Dragon Ball Z series, Gohan was kind of the one most wasted. I mean, you was expecting like when Goku was supposed to be gone for good, Gohan would have picked up the torch and like excel and become like the next level of just badassery. However, he just became like, well, kind of a huge embarrassment.
Yeah.
So I feel
he had
like
his moments though. He had more moments than Vegeta. I still believe.
I mean, bro, he had his moments, but like they shitted on Gohan, and like the reason I say that is like, so you look at Gohan like here, okay, like I will use this argument. When this man was going around pretending to be the great Saiyan man, he was catching bullets like it was nothing to it. Like he was catching bullets. His dad throws him the fusion earring in a battle against fucking in the battle against who? He misses that shit by miles.
I'll get over there.
Every time Vegeta fights in a movie, 30 seconds after that, he's seen with his eyes wide out laying in the chasm somewhere.
Oh, holding his left arm. Holding his left arm.
Alright?
Yo, dead ass. Like, Vegeta be holding this.
Gohan.
Vegeta be holding the same arm. Oh, you're right. You're right.
I mean, you need to get that checked.
Yeah, he holding that same arm for like. That man been holding the same arm for like every scene though, for real. Oh man.
It tingles when it's about to rain.
Alright. So I think we agree. So we're gonna go with Vegeta.
Frieza broke it first.
Yeah. I mean, so we're gonna go with Vegeta. So we think Vegeta is the most wasted potential character right now in the Dragon Ball Z series. You make a strong argument.
Every time they show Vegeta win, in the fight, they always have to fuck him up next fight. He took out your man Topo by habit. I ain't never seen the character since Gohan get a black eye in Dragon Ball Z.
Bad. Jiren beat that ass like he stole something, dude. Like Jiren beat the dog shit out of fucking Vegeta. Like, you gotta give Vegeta credit, man. Vegeta talked the most shit. Vegeta was talking shit till he went down all the way.
Yeah,
He did.
Good. Turrets are no more. Now clear those out.
Fat Android, yeah. That was like Android 19?
I mean, I do count semi-perfect Cell. I do count it.
Oh, come on, man. Now, that one was all his fault. That one was all his fault, bro.
It was all his fault. It was all his fault. He was perfect, but he was dogging Cell.
He was dogging Cell, but no one told you should have kept dogging his ass. No one told you to let that motherfucker absorb 18. What the fuck wrong with you? Alright. I hear that. I'm not gonna argue with that. Yeah, he got cocky. He pulled a straight Vegeta. Boy got mad cocky. Alright, so moving on. Yeah, Trunks taking it out. So my plan is to stick with the mainstream media for this one. So we're gonna stick with the mainstream anime, and then we're gonna do a little bit of a side anime. So I'm gonna go with my next choice in this list is gonna be Ace from One Piece.
Yeah.
I wanna say Ace from One Piece.
Yeah.
I can't even argue with that one, man. Like it's like, bro, he had so much potential to be so much, and it's like they just killed him off. And like you telling me with all that speed you have, the fact that you can go Logia and shit, you could have just like kicked your little brother to the side or some shit. You could have just like moved his ass the fuck over. Like,
can that be a topic for one day? Why do characters stand in front of characters?
Like, yeah, well, you can do you can do the most logical situation and move that motherfucker with your ass. You know, there's such a thing called dodge. They made a whole Bridge series about it. Like,
Not even this nigga Ace can fly, man.
he can fly.
Yes! This nigga can fly!
He died for no reason. I'm mad at that. I like Ace, dude. He literally died for character development. There's no other argument for it.
They found something to kill fire.
Oh, yeah, the way you say that. They found something to kill fire.
You have won.
What else kills fire? Water. Let's be unpredictable, guys. Come on.
I mean, let's leave it to One Piece. Leave it to One Piece to just kill fire. Like
Magma kills. It's lava that kills fire too. Like, that's the funny part. Lava kills fire. Now, anything else but lava.
I don't even take character deaths that serious, but I kind of want to just put a hand around Oda's neck a little bit.
Oh, look who joined the party. The man Daz.
What's up, bro?
Alright, Daz. Quick question. I'm gonna ask you this, man. Who you say is the most wasted character with wasted potential? We're on episode 2 today, bro. Glad you could make it.
Krillin.
Krillin? Ah, that's an interesting one. We got off the DVD, but we'll go back to Krillin. Why Krillin?
Bro,
Freelancer.
that nigga the strongest human though.
Yeah, I'm gonna say technically he's the strongest human because no one else is human.
Alright, where's the alright, Sakura.
You said Sakura?
Yeah. Oh man.
Alright, I can agree with that. I actually agree. I actually agree. I say Sakura is pretty wasted potential. And some people may argue, but like, she's so strong.
I mean, she is strong. She is strong, but damn.
I see a freelancer here.
Oh shit! She's the Vegeta of Naruto.
Facts.
How?
You must stay there.
She's put in these situations where she could be useful, and then she gets embarrassed by the main
Bro,
character.
like, okay, no, he's 100% correct. Like, she, like example. My biggest example is like when like she was with
I say
Obito.
Sasuke.
No. Like, hear me out. So when she was with Obito, and Obito was telling her to take his eye out, so Madara wouldn't get it. That's all she had to do. She had one job. She just had to remove that motherfucker's eye, and that would have ended that whole series. No, but because she didn't want to remove that eye, Madara grabbed that eye. Everybody got fucked up. Kaguya came into the picture. That was all her. All she had to do was one thing, was take that motherfucker's eye off. That's all. I mean, the man is literally begging you, stab me in the eye. He's telling you, stab me in the eye. That's all she had to do.
That's right. She didn't even have to kill him.
Nah, she just had to. Oh goddamn, I'm down. Hey, where you guys at? Where you guys? Damn, that
Okay.
was. Nah, I'm talking about Sloth and
Yeah,
and
y'all
Jay.
Anthem.
Yeah, they. What you mean trash, bro? Where you? Whatever. Y'all supposed to be here. You talking about some trash? He gonna leave the fight. He said I was taking in the scenery. Oh, by the way, guys, this is my man Sloth. He's from England, yo. So give this man some love.
What up, my UK man?
We international in this shit. All right, so we saying Sakura only had to do one thing, man. That's kind. I mean, like everybody say Sakura useless. I won't even say she's useless. I say Sakura mad strong. But like, what makes her useless is her decision making. Sakura has had some terrible decision making, man. Like
I said last time, she gave birth to she had glasses.
Hey.
yo, I want.
Let's be real about it.
Please be real about it.
That's
She dedicated her one trait.
and that's fucked up. I can't stop laughing. Yo, she gave. Yeah, you got a point there. So we saying right now we got Krillin on the list. We got Gohan. We got Vegeta. We got Ace.
Damn.
And we got Sakura. Gohan is big waste of potential. Big waste of potential. Tell me I'm wrong. How is that not
You
wasted?
ain't wrong.
This man like, bro, like this man has the pop. This man, like the worst thing about it is this man has the option to be like his pops. He could be more than his pops because he's way more serious than his dad. Gohan can be more than his pops. He's way more serious than his dad. But no, the strongest motherfucker in the whole goddamn universe has to be the goddamn dude who doesn't even know what sex is. Somehow, but he had kids.
Cypher's done. Looks like we have an unfinished function.
What is
We
that?
must complete that.
We talk, yeah, go.
You didn't have consent? Is that a whole other topic?
We're gonna talk about that later. We're gonna talk about that later. We're gonna break up the conversation of why Goku is the worst father in anime.
Oh, that's the whole conversation by itself.
Bro, I got motherfuckers who love Dragon Ball Z gonna hate me because I got a list of shit just to go in on Goku with. Like, I don't know. So we got that list right there, but we gonna move on with continuing. You know who I think got the biggest waste potential? Other than those guys, that I feel like they did my man's wrong. They did my man's wrong 100%. Shino. They did Shino dirty.
Ooh, Shino.
They did Shino dirty. Have you seen Boruto? The way they got that man set up.
Yes.
They did him mad dirty, yo. And they got him like one of the most disrespected anime teachers of all time. I mean, like Naruto has a long list of wasted potential characters. Like these characters started off beast as fuck, but like you only got to see them at like full potential so many times because when they got through Shippuden, they had to focus in on Naruto and Sasuke so much, and everybody else took a serious back seat. the most character development these guys got was in Naruto itself. Like after
I think it was
that,
better in Naruto.
yeah, and that's the other thing. Like, but Naruto went on this huge 100 episode filler bullshit. Like after the fight with Sasuke, realistically it goes right into Shippuden. But they had all those filler episodes after the Sasuke fight. But like even with the filler episodes, the character development was just garbage at that point, man. And like you had characters with so many unique abilities, like Shikamaru and freaking Shoji. Like even Shoji was a badass. His ability was hella unique, and they oh yeah, and they wasted it on these guys.
Give another character. Just reminded me of another character.
Who?
Neji.
Oh, we're not even getting into Neji. Neji's on the list. Neji's on the list. Neji died another pointless death. Again, jumping in front of shit. But then again, he couldn't help himself because dumbass Hinata jumped in front of that shit. Like, I like Hinata, don't get me wrong. I like Hinata Bay. But I honestly don't, Hinata to me, I don't think won a single fight, if I remember correctly. I don't think she won a single fight. Like, Hinata got trashed that entire series.
Just that one time when she did that thing,
And that's done.
At one time she did that thing, the thing we can't remember, but she did it definitely.
For dangerous beasts.
I was thinking about something, but I remember it was Naruto. It was from the movie.
No,
For some reason, it was just her with Naruto holding her hand the whole time.
bro, real talk. Hinata got more W's in filler episodes than she did in the actual canon series. Like, she got more wins in the filler episodes than she did in the entire canon series. Like,
I got one thing else win for her when they did that dream sequence and they made her a Delta.
oh my god, really? That still counts as a filler though. All those dream sequences was filler episodes. Like, they was like, look man, we caught up to the manga. Let us give you all these dream sequences real quick.
Alright, wait, so do we count any of the anime movies?
I mean, we can if we want to, but I mean, like some of them kind of did count as canon though. Like the second Naruto movie counted as canon for something like partially because they talked about it in the actual Shippuden series because that's when Sasuke and Naruto fought that one dude. It's weird when the Naruto movies because like I think they have some of them that count as canon. They relate a lot of them to the actual series. But like, so we know it's like Naruto has a big level of characters. Like I think Shino's the worst because if you look at Shino's entire record, Shino ain't never lost a single battle.
Not here. Do a search. See if you can follow it.
Shino has never lost. Shino has never lost a single battle. He's never lost a fight.
Right.
So I was big mad when they did him like that though.
Not getting that direction for the remains.
Like they did my man dirty. They did him dirty. Like man hasn't lost a single battle and they just made him like a second rate. Alright. Oh, here it is. I found it. What is this? What is this?
Getting a direction for the remains.
Is this a baby wyvern? I have never seen this shit before. So. Alright, we got it.
What's the chick with that you two?
Oh, what's her name? Tenten?
Gives us a direction.
Tencent, yeah.
Bro, we can't even call her wasted potential. She never had
He
any
ain't
potential.
shit.
She ain't never had any potential. We can't even call that wasted potential. She ain't
They
had
done
any.
her first fight.
Bro, they fucked her up. Like they didn't even show the fight. They didn't even show the full fight.
She was
All
she was character development for Tamari.
Bro, they didn't put no development into Tenten, none whatsoever. Like Tenten was just, bro. Tenten was just Tenten, dog. I can't even give a thing. Like Tenten is Launch from Dragon Ball series. Tenten is Launch.
Yo, can we talk about her?
How she been forgotten?
No, every character that was raw in
We
Dragon Ball.
found it. We can't let
Like
this
fucking
continue.
Dragon Ball.
Not
Not
to
even
finish
about it.
this.
Exactly.
I mean, but of course they did, because they introduced these super crazy motherfuckers. What do you expect that motherfucker was gonna still be badass after that? I mean, what was King Shinhan was gonna do against a motherfucker that can blow up planets?
He was working Cell open now.
He gonna sell off guard. He gonna sell off guard, and Cell will forever hold a grudge against that shit. Cell forever holds a grudge against that for that.
Look, one more monster to deal with.
Cell is forever
Cell
mad
like
at
Frank.
that. Nah, Cell sees triangles. He gets PTSD. PTSD, like that shit.
Vietnam flashbacks.
But I think I think Tenzin had it wasn't even wasted potential. She was just the character they needed. They're like, yo, we need a third man for this team. What about the droid? Let's go weapons. All right, that's good. But be on real talk, Tenzin was the only motherfucker there that was kind of an actual ninja. Like,
Yeah.
That seems done.
those motherfuckers wasn't ninjas. They was mages. I don't care what nobody say. They was using magic.
Talk about.
Huh?
Rock Lee and got.
Yo, they was combat ninjas. On the weapons, on the ninja tool part, Tenzin was the only real ninja there that actually used tools. Tenzin was the only one there that actually used tools that was actually like a ninja. So I would argue with that one. I'm saying
Everybody else used tools.
yeah. I'm trying to give her a little credit, but that's not working.
Nah, she can't get enough credit.
All right, so this one was brought up to me by a friend, and this is probably gonna be the biggest argument. The character that has some of the largest wasted potential. You guys ready for this?
No.
All Might. Who does not know All Might in here? Because I know some of you guys probably haven't watched My Hero Academia.
I know of All Might, but I haven't watched it yet.
Oh my god.
No, I have a reason. I have a good reason.
What's your reason? The audience dares to know.
My third book was similar to it, so I didn't want to watch it and accidentally, subconsciously take stuff from it. So I avoided it until my third book was finished. Now I can watch it.
I mean,
Make sure my ideas were from my own mind. I didn't want to watch it and then say, "Oh man, that's cool," and be writing accidentally something from the show in there.
alright, I hear you.
'Cause it was really similar. It's
There's
really
some-
similar to
there's-
my third book.
There's some honor in that. We ain't gonna be mad. We ain't gonna be mad. There's honor in that. I'm just saying. I mean, so I at first when the person told me All Might, I was kind of like, nah, man, you drawing. But as his points was good, 'cause you expected All Might to be extremely powerful, and it may have a lot to do with the way the story is written. But his final fight with All for One was kind of semi-anticlimactic. That's my argument.
He was losing his power set.
Yeah, but you still expected he's been losing his powers for a minute, dude. And I think a lot of people was expecting a battle like he had with Nobu, especially against the guy that's supposed to be the main villain of the entire story. You know what I mean? I kind of was saying this. I was kind of thinking that too. I was expecting yo, this is about to be this is going to be the battle, and a lot of it was just philosophical talking and a few punches here and there. It was kind of somewhat anticlimactic. And I was kind of I liked it, but I didn't. I wanted more, and there's apparently some people that feel that way. I still like All Might, and I still think as far as the story goes, his character did what his character had to do. But I kind of can't help but agree with what's been said on that part. All right, next we're doing a legendary mission. Jay, did we lose you, Jay? Did you lag out?
Yep.
All right, I'll send you another invite. So, anybody got anybody else before we move on to the next subject?
I think I got one more. Just let me doing mainstream. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Ash Ketchum.
Woo. Okay, yeah. I was getting ready. We going back to the Pokemon thing. We're going back to the Pokemon.
I mean,
thing.
because like as I'm playing it, it dawned on me. This man. All right. Off subject, real quick. Is all the seasons supposed to happen in like 2 years or something like that?
I know. He's been young for.
Theory on it.
He's been young forever. Like. All right, I could.
He's never won a championship. Nothing. Like this man gets to the final round and gets waxed every time.
I think like what somebody. All right, go ahead, Sloth. Well, he makes a point there. He did kind of beat Mewtwo. He did kind of beat Mewtwo.
Okay, I'll count that. Seeing as Mewtwo was actually using Pokemon as a. Yeah, this man like 12 years old. Literally everybody else in fictional world is growing up and having kids around him. Him and Naruto started at the same age.
Yo, bro, he found the time stone or some shit. He just that man found the fountain. That man found the fountain of youth.
There's a theory that says like the first time he was shocked by Pikachu and knocked him into a coma. So all the seasons have been like a dream sequence.
Yeah, I've seen that theory, and I kind of don't. That's a pretty fucked up theory, bro. Like, so this man entire Pokemon. Yo, but see how? Can you imagine how fucked up that is? You can't even win a championship.
Theory.
You can't even win your championship in your dream. So let's say this man is in a coma.
Bruh.
He losing championships in his dreams. Like he's not even winning championships
That's like Doug.
in his dream.
But that's like Doug. That's like the character Doug, how he was Quailman, like in his own imagination, he had no superpowers.
Okay, but facts. But see, Doug still lived in reality. I'm saying this is this man's dreams. He is not winning a championship in his dream. How will you not win? Yo, bro, in my dream, I'm winning everything. I'm getting the big.
Probably because if he wins, he'll wake up.
That's a good theory.
But there's an even worse theory that says that his mom is actually messing around with Mr. Mime, and that's the reason Ash didn't age, because Mr. Mime and his dad are fairy type, and fairies don't age. So Ash is half fairy type.
Oh, you saying this motherfucker's a mutant?
That would explain it.
Bro. Okay, time out. Yeah, that's a good point. We're gonna push that to the saber side because my mind is doing all types of shit right now. So, you saying this man is a product of bestiality? First of all,
yes. Technically, it's not bestiality because Mr. Mime is a humanoid Pokemon.
Nah, he's still a fucking animal. Cut that shit out, man.
It ain't like she getting down with a Gyarados.
It doesn't matter. Okay, so first of all, where is his dick at? As far as I know, Mr. Mime is like naked. This man does not have a dick at all. It's
his house. He can walk around swinging if he wants.
This man walking around the house naked as hell. Does it like roll out like a dog's dick when he's ready to fuck? Does it just like uncurl? Does it like come out his fingers? It's his finger. He got the magic. So he literally got magic fingers over here impregnating human women.
That's why he's showing everybody. Hey.
Yo, let them know.
Time out. So this actually reminds me of something I saw. I'm gonna have to go look it up. If you look at Mr. Mime's like description in the Pokédex, it says if you piss off Mr. Mime, one of the things he does is he steals your wife. If I gotta find that shit, I remember it said. Hold up, I gotta find that shit. I'm pretty sure I saw something.
I believe
like it. Yo, cause I'm not gonna lie, that theory kind of freaks me out though. Like, can you imagine, Ash? You're a product of bestiality.
Probably wouldn't care.
He probably would, bro.
Yeah, he is a little whiny. Kind of right. I mean, how would y'all react to that? Find out y'all dad, y'all like father was a Pokemon or something like that.
Bro,
I'll try to evolve, nigga.
I'll try to.
I wouldn't take orders from him. I wouldn't take orders from him.
I mean, you don't really. Let's
Not
see.
gonna tell me what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Is everybody actually thinking about it?
Bruh. I'm heavy pondering about it.
Like, I think everybody is thinking about this shit, dude. Like, you kind of started like a weird. You kind of started like a weird conversation. Who are we waiting for? Why does it still say waiting for players?
Sorry for the weird segue.
I'm trying to do this. All right, ready up again.
Well, see, with Alakazam, it'd probably be right. If we're being honest.
Yeah, Alakazam probably will put you to sleep. It'd probably be on some Molly shit, like fucking Rick Ross. She had a good time. She didn't even know. Whoa, bro. Whoa.
Yep. That's
All right.
exactly what it would be.
What about Jinx?
Ew. You mean Nicki Minaj Pokemon?
I was just about to. I was finding a way to joke that in there. Trying to find a way to joke that in there.
All right, let's be 100%. Jinx is probably the most racist Pokemon there is. That motherfucker is the epitome of blackface.
That's Mr. Pokemon.
Yeah.
That's also Jinx.
But
You
actually-
seen the original Jinx design? Like, they made Jinx purple when she came to America, but when, like, in Japan, that was the darkest Pokemon. Literally, like not even.
I don't even count Popo no more because I mean he's a genie, so I don't and they a bridge kind of like salvaged any like hatred I had toward him.
The Abridged series, Dragon Ball Z Abridged.
Yeah, they made him a beast. Like
I remember that. Mr. Popo, is that
Lord
weed?
Popo.
Yeah, that shit was funny. Mr. Popo, is that weed? I'm not taking it out. Oh, you're kidding? It's good for my glaucoma. That shit was funny as hell.
The Eternal. Every time there's something, the Eternal Dragon. Oh, Lord Popo.
Yeah, he was like, "Who dare disturb?" Oh, it's you, my lord. Is it time to destroy these humans yet? Like, nah.
Is it time to lay waste to this world?
He's like, give it another 1,000 years. Let's see if they get their shit together. All right.
Perfect.
So we got that conversation pretty, and we went into some bestiality stuff that we really don't want to talk about no more. So Pandering, I'm going to let you lead this conversation, Brandon. Why do we hate Pandering? So we know lately there's been a lot of going on with Marvel, DC, and even other stories creating
Just
stuff.
Marvel.
You gotta give DC the same credit. You gotta give DC the same credit.
Gave me a picture so we can
But
I will give DC credit, but Marvel is the Hillary Clinton of comics.
Jesus, ouch! Oh my God, that's
Here's where it goes.
bro, that hurts. I'm partially offended.
Because I'm sorry, but it's true, man. Look, Marvel cares so much about what people think about their comics, they're willing to change their story. Even if it makes it horrible, just to down Brown or progressive, and to do it genuinely. Like when they introduced Miles Morales or X-23, we knew they were going to become Wolverine and Spider-Man eventually. But they gave them time to grow. They introduced them and had them grow. We got to know them. Decided, happens to happen. It's fine.
You got time to know who the character was.
Yeah. But he literally made a multicultural event for shits and giggles. Out of
Yeah, and that Avenger, didn't really do so
Asian
good.
Hulk. Because it was all like they made some Black Panther get married. Fan service.
I mean, DC did the same thing. They had a whole
They do.
They do. Multiverse.
Multiverse? That's your excuse? You know, so
That's my excuse.
we know who the hardcore DC fan is right now. So yeah. All right, but no,
I will accept it. No, it's true. I'm not gonna protect them just because I like DC. They do it. Yeah, they do it. I'll call them for their shit too.
Okay, you're not far from the regulated
But
camp. Should be coming up
it's
soon.
not as
Keep an eye out.
aggressive
Discussing
as
the edge of Scar territory.
I mean, I kind of can agree with that. So, like, I would honestly say my biggest issue with Pandering is has a lot to do with like it's just. Okay, so the first thing is, like you say, it's a ploy. They do it to like bring in customers, and in my opinion, it's not because see, and that's the part it gets kind of a touchy subject because some people are like, oh, you do it because you don't like the diversity, you hate women, you hate POCs, and that's not really the case, man. It's just that y'all changed the entire story to pander to somebody, and somebody who's being pandered to, you should honestly feel insulted to them, because that's literally, they're literally giving you a half-ass effort. They're literally giving you a half-ass effort. Like you say, sometimes the story is not even all that fucking good. It's second-rate compared to some of the stories they've written for the non-POC characters. They're giving you a half-ass effort just to bring in your money. Like, hey, look, we created this black character just so you can shut the fuck up. And the black character, it doesn't even do that much.
That's it. It's a form of laziness, man. They're just basically changing the color palette on the character, giving it to you just to be like, all right, here you go.
Like Riri Williams. I like Riri Williams, but like her character, ever since she came out, you don't hear much about her character. Her character doesn't really make a lot of big moves in the Marvel universe. Like doing the Secret Wars.
They named her Riri.
You have a problem with the name? Please go. Please shoot. Tell me.
I just don't like the fact that they can't create regular black people. Like, they always have to have some kind of advanced stereotype in their name, how they look. I don't know, I just want to see a regular.
You think Riri? Okay. When I hear Riri, I never thought Riri as a ghetto name. How did you get Riri as a ghetto name? That's never occurred to me, like, honestly. It really hasn't, like...
I'm from the hood.
Okay, I'm from the hood too. I'm from North Philly.
My boss's nickname is Riri.
Alright, I see your point.
Alright, my boss, Regina, her name is Riri, and that's what we call Regina Ghetto. Legit.
Alright, I can kind of see your point. So,
I don't know, I guess I just wanted them to, like, team of people that are supposed to be artists. I just would like them to sit down and create characters from scratch instead of...
well, I kind of agree with the, like, so we're going to talk about the female Thor. I was genuinely excited about that change, and it turned out to be a big disappointment.
I was going to be sad. I was happy to say
The story was like half-assed. It turned Thor into a giant man baby just for female empowerment. Which there's nothing wrong, but like, come on. So you don't gotta down somebody to uplift somebody. You honestly don't, and that's one thing like I don't like about that. And so that's that. The other biggest thing is they completely, and I mean completely, underrated the very Marvel hierarchy. They threw so many. That one series threw so many plot holes into the. I'm down. That one series threw so many plot holes into the story. It's not even funny. So y'all had the female Thor, which you admit wasn't as powerful as the male Thor, beat Odin in a fight. Odin, the man who can take on Thanos, one of the few characters who can take on Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet, and you had her beat him in a fight. But she's not supposed to be stronger than the male Thor. Pause. Huge pause. You just like bro, he fucked up the whole hierarchy. It created such a contradiction. And then, slough down, hold on. And then, like, that created so many issues with, oh, goddamn, that's in the acid, too. It created so many issues with that. And then you had Major, which was supposed to be created, like, how she lost the power, I can never say it right. Someone else said it. Menyor. Yeah, there you go. There you go. She threw it into the sun. That's how she destroyed it. She threw it into the sun. This hammer is supposed to be damn near nigh indestructible, and you threw it into the sun. It's created from a star, a collapsing
I
star.
was just about to say that.
It's created from a collapsing star. How is the sun going to destroy this thing?
Back to whatever hole they crawled out of.
It's blocked, which is harder than the sun.
Exactly.
Another free mark.
Cause he
So,
fought like what's the guy name? Fought the fire god, Surtur.
Solter. I mean, honestly, dude,
Yeah, I remember in the comics he was fighting him, and like it was blocking his fire. So
yeah, man, bro. I tell you, it's a whole thing, bro. It's a whole thing. So I'm not gonna. So we're gonna talk about that. The Captain Marvel movie. It's as much as it was blown up. I actually watched the movie. I was actually excited for the movie because I do like Captain Marvel. Don't get me wrong. I was disappointed.
Oh, it's smart.
It just really wasn't. It didn't really have a storyline. It didn't. Like, it really didn't. Captain Marvel felt rushed.
Flashback.
Captain Marvel felt so rushed. And I have to agree with Sloth. He said it earlier.
because it was rushed.
It felt like a Marvel Green Lantern.
Hey, smugness.
Many people saw it because it's like, people are going to get mad because I say that because of female empowerment. You can't really, like, bro, I'm sorry, it felt so rushed. I would have, bro, like, as much as they blew up Captain Marvel, bro, as much as they blown up Captain Marvel as his ultimate female Avenger, fucking Scarlet Witch was more effective than she was. Scarlet Witch down there had thousands on the ground in the actual fucking battle. Marvel came back and got her ass beat. Like, she came back and
She had a chokehold.
yeah, that chokehold wasn't doing shit to him. That motherfucker's neck thick as hell. That man neck bigger than most people's bodies. You talk about something chokehold. Scarlet Witch had that motherfucker ready to kill everybody. He's like, fire the cannon, sir. I shoot. Just do it, man. That man was like, fuck those motherfuckers. Get this woman off me. Scarlet Witch was kicking ass. So that's what I like about Scarlet Witch. If you wanted to see, that was when Scarlet Witch was created, back before Pandering. That's how you do a fucking character. Scarlet Witch was that.
We know how to fight Scarlet Witch is.
Scarlet Witch is a badass, but she's also a broken character, but she is badass. You talking about the woman that's wiping out reality. She's the whole reason M-Day happened. Wiped out half the mutant fucking population with just a whisper.
Then I'll show you.
But like,
That's not how we conduct business.
you gotta understand shit like that, man. Like, but see, so my real problem with Pandering, and I'm gonna get to the root of it. My real problem is Pandering is it takes away from independent artists.
See progress.
Like, these motherfuckers, everybody's always begging to see female characters, black characters, Mexican characters, Chinese, more. We want more of these characters. Bro, there are entire independent artists creating stories with these POCs that legitimately have good stories to them that does not require some form of pandering. This character is created because this character is created by a creator who wants this character to be created, not because there's a need or a want for that character.
Negotiations have concluded.
You know what I mean?
I mean, it works with some characters. It can work. 2 examples: Spider-Man and the Green Lantern. They've already explained early on that there could be multiple Green Lanterns and there could be multiple Spider-Man because of the Force. That's a good way that was a great way to introduce Miles Morales and your girl from the Green Lantern. But just randomly changing, I'm gonna make this character black or first.
Well, okay, let me ask you this question. How did you feel about them making Captain Marvel a female in the Captain Marvel movie?
What?
So you know, in the original Captain Marvel, before she became Captain Marvel, she was called Miss Marvel. She got her powers from the Kree soldier Marvel. How do you feel about them? Like, not only.
I haven't seen the movie.
All right. So in the movie, they made Captain Marvel a female. Not only did they make him a female, they made him like some kind of peace-loving scientist.
See, that's
Which
the same
completely-
dish that made
which
me
completely-
upset when y'all told me
it completely takes away from what he was, bro. He was this badass soldier who fought for the Kree army, and he fought for justice. And then they make the Skrulls. They turned the Skrulls into like the good guys. The Skrulls. I mean, the Krees was never good. The Krees was never good. But the Skrulls weren't good guys either. They turned these Skrulls into like refugees. Who like, bro, this shit became like, bro, I did that. It became like, the whole movie was like anti-capitalism, anti-establishment or some shit. Because they like, we refuse to bow down to you laws. And you started wiping out our race. It was like, so y'all gonna make this shit about like some kind of like racial genocide or some shit. Like, I was so disappointed at that point. They turned the Skrulls into like refugees who was running away from this tyrannical government. Don't get me wrong, the Krees were a tyrannical government, but at the same fucking time, like, the Skrulls were not the good guys. 100% not the good guys. Like, the Skrulls was not to be fucked with. And they turned these guys into like, oh, these poor people running away for their lives because of an oppressive government. Seriously. I'm dead ass serious. Like that whole shit turned from, it became, I really don't have words for it.
That upset me more than when I told my baby Asian woman, white woman.
You talk about the Asian one.
that upset me.
Bro, you couldn't even get an Asian woman. They had to get a white woman. You couldn't even get the Asian woman for the ancient one. You had to get a white woman. You could have got an Asian woman, and it would have been the ancient one. Like, what the hell?
But here's the thing. Here's the thing that they don't understand about comic books. We understand the majority of these joints were written back at a time where most of it was pandering, but not pandering, most of it was racist. We can get that.
Racist and
I can
sexist.
at least keep the characters the same and change it. Yeah. I mean, y'all ain't got to have her out there slinging dumplings and shit. Have her at least being a respectable Asian woman, you know?
You know we probably gonna catch
Asian woman.
You know we probably gonna catch so much shit for this too. I said, you know we probably gonna catch so much shit for this. Like, once this, like, whoever's watching this live, because some people, man, they're gonna look at it. I'm gonna be rude with you. Some people are gonna look at what we saying, look at our opinions, and be like, oh, we're either sexist or we don't like the idea that women are,
If they want to have a problem, all they have to do is give us the pro-whitewashing side of the argument.
These are classic Union tactics.
Awesome.
Total carnage and
Facts.
What are they doing this far south? I don't know, but if it involves relics, that won't end well.
I would have preferred if Captain Marvel
Javelin's grounded
He
again.
said that's crap. I like it. It introduces the multiverse. He's not a good guy. 100%. He is not a good guy. I'm telling you that now. I don't believe he's in there as a good guy. I believe he's just a bigger game than this. He's probably not trying to
Did they introduce a Mysterio?
Yeah, he's probably not even trying to get back home. He's probably trying to destroy that Earth's resources or something. Mysterio was always shady, dude. Mysterio was always shady, dude.
I'm gonna check out the trailer now, only because I like Mysterio.
I'll try to deactivate it. Great.
Mysterio was always shady, dude. Mysterio was
Oh,
like,
I ain't gonna watch the trailer. The thumbnail is cool to scar on his face. He evil.
he evil.
Yeah, he evil.
Thank you. Well,
I ain't gotta watch it.
you guys believe in that
I
shit,
ain't gotta
Mysterio?
watch it.
If you know the comic, Mysterio was always up to some shit. Just because that man told myself, I'm here to save my Earth. Bro, that doesn't mean he's gonna really try to save his Earth. He may just be lying.
He could have really trying to save his Earth,
But kill the other Earth in the process. Don't get me wrong, that's actually canon to the actual Marvel Universe. That's actually the Secret War stuff. But damn, that motherfucker flew up there. That's actually up in the Secret War though, but still, it's canon. Like, so...
I'm not gonna see the movie, but I bet y'all $10 is gonna be over a girlfriend or a wife.
You know what? I'll take that back. I'll take that back.
Bet money.
Even though I'm probably gonna lose the bet, I'll take that back.
Then he's gonna have a scene with him holding a locket at the end of something.
He's holding his dead family.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm so done with y'all.
It's also another thing of pandering. Alright, pandering stuff. Now,
What do you mean by that?
let's go lead time next time. First April O'Neil was black.
Bro, the Captain America is black.
First Captain America was black.
Alright, so I'm going to tell you
But,
everything
like-
what's wrong with those conversations. So continue. You're going to hate me for it, but I'm just going to be honest.
No, I mean, no, bro, if you got your opinion, that's cool. But when they changed the white, and now that they're starting to change the black again, people are getting upset. It's these people have their reasons.
Okay, so the first Captain America wasn't black. You talking about? I forget his name. He was a. Now see, this is true. He was a black man, but he never picked up the mantle of Captain America. He was a project. He was a result of the Super Soldier serum, which is true.
Pretty serious.
That much is true. But he turned around and became kind of yes, but no. So this happened after Captain America got frozen in ice, and they started to replicate the serum. He never would picked up the mantle of Captain America, but he was an actual character in his own. Now, I'll give Stan Lee credit because what they did do was they threw in a little bit of the actual true fact that he was a group of black people that was experimented on in prison using basically genetic researches and genetic structure. The same Luke Cage was. And the reason why this one touches home so much is because this actually happened with American history. So that's that. Now, as the first April O'Neil being black, I'm not 100% sure on that one. And I love Ninja Turtles, but I grew up with the cartoon Ninja Turtles, and I never really kind of got into the comics of Ninja Turtles. So that one I have no knowledge on whatsoever. As far as the black Captain Marvel, yeah. As far as the Captain Marvel being black, you mean the Miss Marvel being black? She in her own way was her own entity. So
She's had many nicknames.
yeah, and that's the other part that might create confusion. She had many nicknames. It's like Cosmic Spider-Man. It's also called Captain Universe. Yeah, but see, that's the thing about it. Like how many guys do you know they call Cosmic Spider-Man was also called Captain Universe?
But where did he get started?
Honestly and truly, he was bit by a cosmic spider.
I like how you gave that intro. Like nobody would believe.
Like people, bro, it's one of those things that's like, really? It's so simple, yet it's like so unbelievable. Like this man was bit by a cosmic. Like where did he even find a cosmic spider to bite you? Like he visited like Sloth is down. Go to get Sloth. So
You just have to go and piss them off.
They should have pissed me off. Cash sensation deserves a good fight.
So you have to like. That's one thing I think people like get mad about. But speaking on that, let's speak on that. People getting mad over black characters and stuff like that now. The backlash for Falcon getting the shield in that movie was fucking ridiculous. Let's talk about that real quick. That's off subject, but let's talk about that.
That was backlash on that?
Bro, go on Twitter.
I don't like the fact.
All I gotta say.
Can I just throw out the fact that because I don't like him as a character personally, I feel like when you combine characters, it's like take away one character, one character's identity.
All right. Well, let's push that. Let's push that aside. And like, let's talk about why Bucky should have got the shield over Falcon. If you believe that, I believe Falcon deserved the shield more than anybody else. And that has a lot to do with the fact. It has a lot to do with the fact that it's canon. It also has a lot to do with the fact that Falcon's moral code lines up with Steve's more than Bucky does. It doesn't matter if Bucky's Steve's best friend. It's the idea of who's going to carry this title and the idea of being a true Captain America.
So you're trying to say that Bucky being Captain America is not canon?
It is canon, but Falcon was Captain America before Bucky was.
care about before. I'm talking about how everything lines up with what
I'm understanding how everything lines up, and I'm hearing what you. I'm hearing what you're saying. But as of right now, Bucky is a major. He's still a very unstable character. He's still a very wanted character in the Marvel universe. Let's not forget that.
They don't gotta know that nigga's Captain America.
I'm pretty sure, man, you get in a fight, like a fight with Thanos, your map gonna come up. They be like, oh, Captain America, ain't that international criminal?
Let's be honest. Let's go back to that mask talk. Nobody in the Marvel universe keeps their mask on anyway.
Full point right there.
I brought this up last week. No one keeps the damn mask on, especially during fights, and that pisses me off.
Wait, MCU. Only in the MCU. Only in the MCU. Spider-Man did, but at the end of every Spider-Man, that man's mask is off. You be like,
every time.
We're gonna see what we can track.
I'll be cracking the.
From this side.
I hear you.
There you go.
But Bucky is extremely unstable, dude. Like, and on top of that, he can still argue that his right now, his moral code don't line up. Like, you have to understand, when Bucky left and Steve was like by himself, freaking Falcon became his first friend, man, in a long time. And as much as people like Bucky, Falcon filled that void Bucky wasn't there for when Bucky was the Winter Soldier. Falcon rode for Captain America. He rode for Steve, even though he knew he was gonna go to prison for it. He put his entire career on the line for that man, for what he believed in, following the same code that Steve followed. Bucky, you can't say Bucky 100% followed the same code. Bucky became a freaking assassin for the Soviets. Like,
he didn't become an assassin first.
He was brainwashed, but at the same time, you got to also understand that you think something like that is just going to be easily removed. Even Black Panther said we still working on curing him, but he's still not stable. That's been mentioned a few times. That wasn't just something that was mentioned once in Rock. They mentioned how they still working on his mental stability. I mean, but he has a whole new identity. They call him White Wolf now, which I don't know what that's about. But
that's the lamest butt. What did you say?
they call him White Wolf. That's the power. That's a literal power. And we have, like, you gotta remember too, man. Like, even though like you say, he's Captain America's best friend, and you think he deserves it, I'm still gonna throw out the international criminal, bro. There's gonna come a time when that mask comes off eventually, and that's gonna cause a lot of shit. And you don't want the image of Captain America being destroyed like that. That's gonna throw a lot of like people to lose faith in the Avengers. You right, but Captain America earned the credibility back when he said it wasn't the fact that he didn't sign the Accord, it was the reason he didn't sign the Accord. And the reason he didn't sign that Accord because
Still a fugitive to the government.
You're right. I'm not gonna argue with that. But when everything went downhill, his reasoning became facts. He's like, this is why we didn't sign the Accord. This is why. You put the power of people with you put the hand of power of people with powers in the hands of a government that has done corrupt shit. That's not a good idea. That's not a good idea for anybody, even if that shit was real. Yo, bro, let's be for real. If that shit was real, and somebody's like, should superheroes be controlled by the government? I will vote no on that shit instantly. You wouldn't even have to have a conversation about that. So I say people are mad about that, but I think but the thing about it is like people's outrage over him being Captain America seems to be kind of, oh, come on. Am I the only one fighting this theory? Yes, I'm the only one fighting this theory.
I'm trying to get my hold on.
You got me fighting the Fury by myself on Grandmaster 3. Wait, pause, back up. You got me and Sloth fighting Furies.
Well, I'm about to take it first time.
Must be nice
Hey,
having
watch
a-
it! Another one of the Monitor's lieutenants.
Alright, so yeah, I feel like it's kind of like, oh damn, that's a lot of them. I feel like it's kind of racist, man, and like we can't put this past people, because let's not forget that Mortal Kombat engine they made, where Jax changed the past, that slavery never happened. They somehow turned that into a conversation about white genocide. It's like not even close. It's like Mortal Kombat wants white genocide. Okay, how is a black man making a point that slavery never happened be white genocide? How? Explain that to me.
They didn't die. A bunch of them didn't die because of slavery.
Oh no, it's you. Fact. It's not like he asked for white people to die. He just changed history to the fact slavery never happened, and Africa prospered from
I
it.
would have said that.
Bro, like that's like why? How are you mad about that? Why are you mad about that? I am down for the third time.
You
Let
know
me
why I'm mad about
focus.
that.
Sloth, let me ask you a question.
You know,
Would you get mad about? Are you mad at that ending, Sloth? I don't mean to put you on the spot like that, bro. Oh shit, I wasn't expecting that answer, for real. I really wasn't expecting that. Well, give it off to my man, Sloth, the UK. The UK is always the quiet one.
All the way to get out of doing yard work.
Oh shit. Oh man, y'all see that? Way off topic. Y'all guys see that Tumblr first when they was like, you think we should be using Arabic numbers in school or American numbers? And somebody's like, the number system we use now is the Arabic numbers, you fucking idiot. Like, do y'all really think, like, y'all created everything? American numbers, that should have me rolling. I was like, y'all really went there. So that was one thing, like, so I felt like when people got mad about Falcon, like, see now Jay, you brought up a good point, and I can't be mad about that. When I feel like people got mad about Falcon being the next Captain America, that was kind of the feeling I got. And if you go on Twitter and just look at some of the jokes people are making about it, the stereotypes they're saying, they're like, oh, so is he going to wear a do-rag now when he instead of a mask of a star? It's like, so y'all purposely trying to be assholes. Like, y'all purposely trying to be assholes. Dude, these like people, like that's the one thing about like the internet that I'm kind of happy it exists. It brings out people's colors, dude. People, they don't think there's consequences to their actions, so they show all types of nature.
I'll let Tessa know we need to talk.
But we hung up on this conversation for so long, we gotta get to the next one. I'm gonna honestly say this.
Bruh.
Jay, open that.
Sorry. I just gotta say one thing. My uncle has a red, white, blue do-rag and I can't get it on my head.
I'm done with you.
Is it velvet though?
No, like you waited on 4th of July. And I just can't get it out of my head.
Yo, so 100% though. We're gonna go to this. So again, before we move on from the issue of pandering, I have to say the reason why I don't like pandering is as it takes away from independent artists. And one of the things that pissed me off before, I made a meme about it. You got people always saying we want more black characters and black characters and characters of POC in comic books and media and movies. And you have independent people sitting here that you like, what about us? We're creating this shit.
Exactly.
Why don't you stop asking these big companies to pander to you and support the people who are doing it naturally? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And that's one thing I don't like about pandering. It takes away from independent artists. Hey, Des, your mic is echoing. Yeah. So, oh crud. Hey Brandon, we're gonna need you to take this out later.
Bruh.
So that's one thing I kind of don't like about pandering. Like, because in some people's stories they have real badass POCs. They have real badass women without trying to say, hey, here's a woman, here's a black guy, here's a Chinese guy, here's a guy from a different culture who's a badass. No, that's just part of their story naturally. And you like it because the story is a part of it. And like, so my message at the end of this one is let's give independent artists more play, more love, instead of these big companies who are creating these stories and these lazy, half-ass efforts just to get your dollar. Support people who
It's
are
not
actually
the
doing
one
it.
black friend.
Oh God, yes, the one black
Sorry.
friend.
The one black friend trope.
But we really
Alright.
can't talk because we have the one white, well, he's UK, but we have the one UK friend in this whole group.
That's different. He's cool. Listen, there's nothing more racist than having one black friend. Having no black friends is less racist than having one black friend.
Why?
Said it.
Oh, I can say this because I have the black friend.
Think about how it looks. Think about how it looks though, when like on TV shows and like movies and stuff like that, when you got an entire civilization with that one dot black person.
Oh yeah, let's not even go into that. Like all the apocalypse movie, it seems like. Wait, stop. So we're gonna
Yes.
we're gonna go to that. Like that one movie where the world ends and the only people who seem to survive is the white people. No one else seemed to live through the apocalypse, but you got that.
Resident Evil.
You got the one black guy and the one Chinese girl that survived.
He spoke. He had to speak slang.
Oh yeah, he always gotta
Street.
talk. He always gotta talk street. Always gotta slur his words. Ebonics like a motherfucker. It's like,
Bonner.
it's like, you just sitting there like, are we a joke to you? Like, all right. So moving on, we're gonna talk about the Dark Phoenix movie. Now, see, my hopes were when Disney bought out Fox would stop making terrible X-Men movies, but no, they got to get one last one in, and I don't think, bro, I wouldn't go see that shit if it was free.
They need to stop.
The movie is going to be god awful, bro. I don't care what nobody said. That movie's about to be god awful. The first time they did the Phoenix, it was god awful.
Facts.
Yeah.
Like this. Hold on, let me go see if there's a mission before I try the
The
movie.
latest X-Men movie was X-Men First Class. Ever since
Yeah.
it went downhill.
First Class was actually pretty good, despite the fact it wasn't canon at all. But it was still a good fucking movie. I would give that credit. It was still a good movie. Like
Days of Future Past.
garbage.
I was trying to figure out what
Colossal
was going on.
crap. That was colossal crap.
I have contracts waiting.
I'm like, so you sent Wolverine's consciousness into the past
We will
body
continue to
because
decrypt
he's
Moore's
the only
archive.
one that can survive it? What?
What? That makes zero sense, dude. Like he didn't even go back to the past. They sent like his mentality back to the past. How does that work?
Exactly.
How do you send somebody's
I
brain
didn't
into the past?
I didn't know Kitty could do that.
Kitty could never do that. That's not even. They just. Yo, her powers was phasing through walls. Now you got her phasing through times through a mental escape. How do you even do that? Like that makes zero fucking sense.
You're sending the electricity from their brain into their old brain, but
Bro, like there's no science. Like at least in Endgames, there was like some idea of a scientific theory to time travel. That there was no scientific theory to that shit. None whatsoever. They was just like, so how are we gonna do this? We're just gonna send this motherfucker into the past using somebody's brain.
It was kind of cool seeing the Nimrods though. I'm not gonna lie. I do like seeing the Nimrods finally.
Okay, we'll let that slide. We'll go with that. I just think Dark Phoenix is about to be hot trash.
it is.
Of course.
However, as much as I hate to admit it, having seen the trailer, the beginning of how she probably gets to Phoenix looks canon. What causes her to go insane looks canon, and I'm mad at that. I'm so mad at that. It's like all these years I've been fucking up the X-Men movie. Your last one, y'all want to be somewhat canon with it. Fuck y'all. Like,
See, I would like it if they introduced Deadpool at the end. And then
Deadpool at the
have a
end?
Cliffhanger.
Oh, see, that would be awesome. That'd be awesome.
I'm actually excited that
You
there
wanna-
will be mutants in the next Deadpool movie.
Oh yeah, we can actually call them mutants now. So now I'm going to ask you this question: how do you guys think the MCU should introduce the X-Men into the universe?
Going with Deadpool.
I would say
traveling back from the future.
You said traveling back from the future. I would like to go with the multiverse.
Yeah, from the future back.
That's a good one. I like that one. I would like to go with the multiverse theory one. If Mysterios can be from another Earth, this should be like another Earth as well with X-Men on it. And I would like to see that go. I would like to see that. On top of that, I would like to see the goddamn Netflix cast become part of the MCU. Bro, you know how badass it would have been if the fucking Defenders was in that final battle? They had Luke Cage and Iron Fist and shit. You know how badass that shit would have been? Like you have an obvious Netflix line of TV shows that are entitled that interline and intersects with the movies. You could do the same there, man. Put Luke Cage in that, man. Luke Cage in that battle would have been badass. No, but that's my point, man. That's my point. But so we gonna talk about that.
Cause them to actually use their imagination.
Brandon going in on Marvel right now. I'm
sorry, yeah. I'm sorry, yeah.
Hey, bro, you do not like Marvel, man.
With a passion, I just can't.
Man. So my question to you guys, so we got what Sloth said. He's like from the past, and I like that, the little going back to the past thing. But how exactly you think that would work, man? Like, because that would create like kind of that would throw probably a little bit of wrenches in certain parts of the storyline.
See, I would like from the X-Men from the animated series instead of the more realistic series to be involved within coming from the future back to the present day and then back to the past, and then bring them all into the present day again, and then just seeing what happens from there. So I'd like that, because then you have different bloodlines of each universe, you might as well say, because X-Men was introduced to Marvel a bit later on than everyone else.
That's not bad. I kind of can agree to that. I kind of like that. All right, so we're gonna kind of end it here. It's been over an hour. It's like 72 minutes going on in this conversation, and we're gonna have to table why they rebooting so much shit for the next conversation, and that'll be a good conversation because that conversation can go on forever. Because I have an infinite hate for the multiple Batmans. Don't get me wrong, I like Batman, but I just wish you guys would stop and just get a straight line of cast and go on from there. I'm tired of seeing the same origin story over and over and over.
Hey, Spider-Man does it all the time.
Spider-Man. Wait, pause. All right, pause. Before you continue that, Spider-Man was done that by 3 different movie companies. Warner Brothers been doing Batman since the goddamn 80s. I don't want to hear it.
Well, I did a video on that. When a director wants to do a movie, whenever a director wants to do a superhero movie, they pick a character and they do their own twist on it. You gotta remember, it's been different directors. It hasn't been one director the whole time doing the exact same movie.
You are 100% right. But if I was the motherfucker at Warner Brothers, I would be like, nah, we did that shit already. So unless you're going to do it differently, unless you're not going to start... Bro, again, if they do another Batman movie...
But Warner Brothers is horrible. Warner Brothers as a company is horrible.
This is facts. This is facts.
Extended olive branch.
This is facts.
Just one extended olive branch.
But if they do another Batman movie, I wouldn't mind. I just don't want to see another fucking origin story. Like the Batman they did with what was his name? Not Michael Keaton, the other guy, Chris Bell. Is that his name? Chris Bell? I'm saying it right?
I think so.
On the Dark Knight, was it?
Yeah. That was good. That was okay. The third one was shit, but the first 2 was good.
Thank you.
The first 2 was good. I'll give the other guy who took up the helm as being Batman. He wasn't half bad either. And at first, even though they was kind of fucking up with it, I was like, okay, we're on a path forward. We're starting to get a universe together. There you go, DC. Now we're starting over at Batman again. Man, motherfucker.
Well, technically, I had to talk about this in the video as well, because I'm gonna come to the defend.
I know you are. Bro, you cannot defend
Justice
League. You cannot defend Justice League. You cannot defend Justice League.
Yes, I can.
The only good thing with Justice League. Shit. Bro, you want a crack pipe with that bullshit you're trying to smoke? Like,
all right, let's do this. I think this should be a conversation. Tell me, like about it?
I just don't
Tell
like
me what you don't like about it.
Bro, my biggest argument with Justice League, I love the characters. Every character seems to have got along. Every character, the conversations seemed natural. I would give it that. Justice League was rushed as a motherfucker. That it was like Batman versus Superman. From start to beginning, you're just sitting in the movie theater like.
That could be said about all superhero movies, though.
No, you can't.
Ever since
It took MCU 10 years to get their story together. 10 years. That's not rushing. That's taking your time, a long ass time to mind you. Bro, I joined the military when this shit started.
I will say this. I like the way they did it in Justice League because I don't need an origin story for most of those characters.
All right, 100%. Okay, 100%. I can agree with you.
Like,
but time out.
I like the fact that they just got into it.
Time out. You don't need. Where was Green Lantern? But we're not gonna go to that. You don't need an origin story for most of those characters. It's been proven multiple times. Not everybody who watches the movie reads the comics. I.e., motherfuckers who think Goku can beat Thanos. It's the biggest example.
Facts.
There are people that think Black Panther can be Goku. Okay.
Wait. I like Black Panther, but who the fuck thinks that?
Everybody that went to see it on Black History Month.
Who the fuck thinks Black Panther? Yeah, bro. That's wait. Time out. Speaking of pandering, really?
Yeah. I should have brought that up. I should have sunk y'all battleship with that.
Oh my god, Black Panther and Black History Month. I'm just like, y'all not even trying to hide this shit. And then who cares when people like, yeah, it's on Black History Month too. Oh, we about to be lit. Like y'all motherfuckers just like y'all walking into the god. Y'all just these people are just taking your money, laughing at you, and y'all just like, shit. It's, bro. I like what Akon said. Akon said it best. Akon, and I like how Akon said, he's like, Black Panther should not be our only hero. We should have tons of African heroes because Africa does so much for the world that is not talked about.
We got
facts.
Blerd.
And the story.
And
well, Akon was talking in the sense of Africa, but we won't get onto that political scene. But yes, you got Blerd. Blerd is the whole start of the Marvel universe.
Shock, John Stewart, Mr. Terrific, Vixen.
I like
Piccolo.
Vixen, no. Just because a man wear a do-rag don't make him black. He's green, technically. Y'all stupid. We're going to talk about that next. You know what? That's a good copy for the next time, too. Anime characters that you think are black or you feel should be black. That's the way they are. Oh, God. All right. No, I think Justice League was rushed, man. A lot of it was just all over the place, and I mean all over the place. Now, one thing I did like about Justice League, my favorite part was when Superman got involved in the story again, and they're trying to fight Superman, and Flash is trying to sneak up on Superman, and Superman turns and look at him. Flash's face was hysterical, was hilarious to me. Flash's whole face was like, oh shit.
This nigga can see me.
Yo, he just slow turned his head. It's like, you know, I see you, right? Like, but see, they fucked up so badly too, because they was like, oh, he won't shave his beard, so they CGI his chin. Why did they just keep the beard? Like, it's not a, it's.
Y'all talking about that, but what about Tony Stark's neck always falling off his Iron Man suit? No one talks shit about that.
Say what?
Go back and look at the movies. Go back and look at the movies.
See that.
I saw it.
You paying mad attention.
Of course you saw it.
You paying. Yo, he buys the movie, zoom in, pauses, like zooms in, like see that one pixel that's off. You see that one pixel? 7,000 resolution. I see it all.
Wait, we did Tyrant Mine.
Yeah, we're doing the Tyrant Mine.
Don't do Tyrant Mine. No.
Why?
Cool.
Why?
Temple of Stars.
Quick question, yeah? You know
Grandmaster
Justice
3?
League, at the end of Justice League, they have the massive table. If you ever go back into mythology, you know, the Knights of the Round Table, it kind of puts that there into concept, because obviously Justice League was Cyborg, Superman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, and Batman. So that's only 5.
Yeah.
But how many Knights were there for the Round Table?
Wasn't there like it was War to 5, wasn't there?
Like 9, right?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
not like 9.
yeah, there was
12.
9, yeah. There was 9, but in the animated series of Justice League, how many of the Justice League were there?
It was actually like 7 to 9.
More than that.
No, it was like 7 to 9.
They
You had
had
John.
Martian
They had
Manhunter.
John the Martian. They had Green Lantern,
Hawk Girl.
Hawk Girl, and there was one more. Who was the other one I'm missing? They had one more. He popped in and out.
Wait.
Damn it.
I want to say Batman.
Shazam! No, Shazam! Shazam! Shazam!
Right.
Shazam.
Shazam.
Captain Marvel.
But there was an episode in the animated series where Batman went back in time, and it happened in the Spider-Man series as well when he went into the multiverse and he found Spider-Man back in the Middle Ages where he was like a knight. But anyway, with Batman, he went back, and they saw the knights all around the table, and Batman was actually one of the knights just around the table. He was supposed to be Lancelot.
What?
Yes,
Oh, see, I gotta
that's why
find
at the
that.
end of the actual realistic one, they've got the big round table.
That's actually pretty cool. That's a nice little Easter egg in that. I mean, I would have loved to see. I think Justice League was majorly rushed, dude. And see, don't get me wrong. Everybody was talking about Zack Snyder's vision wasn't fully recognized, and I would have loved to see Zack Snyder's vision. But you see, my biggest problem with Batman vs Superman, which is also kind of my biggest problem with Endgame, 3 whole hours of just talking with a half an hour of an actual fight.
Yeah, facts. But the fight was in.
They do have to give Batman a proper superpower though, because his only power we've got is money. They should give him a superpower like martial arts or
Real
fighting skills
talk. Like, if plot device is what keeps that man alive. I'm sorry, Crypt. Come on.
No. Batman has a superpower. It's to dodge danger within 3 seconds of it happening.
Plot
Alright,
device. So plot device. Like I said,
Call it what you want.
I'm not calling it what I want. I'm calling it as the motherfucker who writes the book always put Batman in favorable situations. I'm sorry, ain't no motherfucker that lucky in the world. All right, so guys, this has been Blerd Talk episode 2. You guys like what you saw? You like what you see? Subscribe. Talk to us more. Hit us up on Mixer. We're gonna try to do Twitch and Mixer next time if I get the right card for it. Hey, say bye to Brandon, Jay, you know me, I'm Wolverine, and my man Sloth. I think this is gonna be the group of 4 we normally do this with. We try to get more into it because me and Brandon can't be the only 2 arguing back and forth and cursing each other out half the time. We might get Epion in here just for some entertainment because he takes shit way too seriously and it's actually pretty funny. So
I would love that.
bro, we gotta get the Sasuke out. We gotta get the Sasuke conversation in next time. So next episode, we're gonna go fully into reboots, and me and Brandon are gonna have this legitimate argument of why Batman fucking reboots are starting to get on my damn nerves. And we're gonna go, who had a harder life?
Ninja Turtles for me. Ninja Turtles for me.
All right, Ninja Turtles for him. Then we're gonna go, who had a harder life, Naruto or Sasuke, with a special guest. So, all right, so
Trigger.
you guys have a good one, man. Good
I'm gonna
night.
make the